Dr. Avraham Tversky, who's a brilliant mind, wrote about 83 books, asked the interesting question. Does a Jew date with his head or does he date with his heart? That's the question. And the answer is he dates with his head. Because if he dates with his heart, he gets lost. Now, where are we going with this, dating with his head? First of all, he has to understand himself. Who am I? What do I need to make me happy? Where am I going in life? That's what I need to know. And it leads to what we do. You create what's called a list, a top 10 list of needs. Needs are qualities in a person that would fill your deficiencies in life. What would make you happy? For example, I need a girl who's compassionate. I need a girl who's kind. I need a man who's warm. I need to make sure that the person has a good path to making a living. I want to avoid someone who has anger issues. I want someone who has integrity, who has honesty. So you need to have someone, you need to develop an idea of who you are and create a list of what you need. Now you have a roadmap of what to look for. Otherwise, you're basically swimming from lane to lane. Once you have a roadmap, so when you go on a date, you're looking for, you don't even need to meet those 10. Just a majority, 6 out of 10 works. I've been using this system for over 3 decades and it never fails. Now I'm not dating just anyone and anything, and I'm not accepting every date. Because if you accept every date, you burn out and you become so pessimistic and you get depressed. So you need to focus on understanding who you are and creating a top 10 list of what you need. And I'll prove it to you. So I said I'm a physician. I still have involvements in the healthcare area. I had a lawyer who was a top lawyer from Buffalo. 2 years ago, he calls me and he tells me he had to fly in to New York City for a hearing at the New York State Department of Health. And when he finished his hearing, he had to fly back out. So he takes an Uber to JFK, gets to the JetBlue terminal. They tell him his airplane is delayed a few hours. So the lady tells him from JetBlue, why don't you just go over to the TWA hotel right down the road, hang out, we'll call you, have a drink. He walks in and he sees a fascinating sight. He sees 100 Orthodox couples on dates. And he's like scratching his head. What's going on over here? And he calls me up. He goes, hey, Jack, what's up with all that? I said to him, Matthew, that's real dating. They're asking targeted questions. They're trying to determine if the person that they're sitting across the table from is the person who is their beshert. And how do they do that? By asking good, solid questions. Questions could be something like, what's important to you? Describe an accomplishment you've made. What are your goals in life? How do you think you've grown? How do you deal with depression? How do you deal with a setback in life? How do you feel about children? Now you're getting to targeted questions. If you're a good conversationalist and you ask good, solid questions, that's the majority of success. Most people who tell me that they are not succeeding in dating or they're not feeling it, I say to them, it's because you're not asking good, solid questions. You're just wandering in your conversation. But with better questioning, and I created a PDF for this that I have emailed to at least 10,000 times of 100 most important questions to ask in dating. It's all about asking targeted questions. And that's what I told this lawyer. These people are dating for real. They're out there to determine if the person that I'm with right now has what I need to make me happy.